してるより愛してることを伝える言葉がないのはきっと言葉に頼らずあなたのことを抱きしめて愛伝えるためなのかなあなたはいつも絶え間なく優しく包み込むような愛をくれるあとどれくらいわがままを言えば僕は大人になれるかなどれくらいの涙を生き返ってあなたはこの幸せを与えてくれたの
So, this is a Texas Hot that we got from Texas Hots, as per usual whenever we go to Wellsville. Though this time around we got the Texas Hots before we went, in this case, to Beef House. And I ended up having Anchor Wisconsin cheese curds as my appetizer. Right before we started that road trip, which was initially going to start at 1. And technically it did start at around 1 p.m., but Mom was initially going to pick me up at Dad's apartment unit at around 1 p.m. Which is why I figured I could finish this styrofoam I started working on before Mom picked me up today. But she ended up deciding to pick me up around 10 in the morning, if I recall. And the time between roughly 10:30 in the morning and 12:30 in the afternoon ended up being time I spent mostly laying down on my bed. Yeah, I hope that styrofoam didn't somehow get damaged during the car ride. The Texas Hot tastes pretty good. I last went on this laptop without the charge port in briefly. I think possibly to start producing stuff with this here mushroom farm. Yeah, you need a rally point. Then in that case, as per the game's instructions, but got quite a few different resources to collect. Excuse me, within the elven city that I've established. The thing is, my microwave these taco logs for about a minute because they cooled down. Between the time they were given to me and at the Willow when we ordered them, and when we got home at around 11:10 p.m., but it's currently 11:52 p.m. because I first had to go to the bathroom. At the beef house, for my entree, I got the surf and turf, which in this case involved a steak that I got medium well, though they grilled it, resulting in a bit of a charred taste to the steak, and there ended up being some fat on it, which is a bit of a hindrance since fat on a steak tends to be pretty chewy, and you have to be careful with it because it's a potential choking hazard. But the steak was still good. I especially liked the shrimp. I got a cocktail. First, I got a mixed soft drink of Dr. Pepper plus Mountain Dew. Then once my appetizer arrived, I had a Captain Morgan mixed cocktail beverage that also had some other stuff. I only got about an hour or two of sleep in the time between, I would estimate, 1 in the morning and 9 in the morning, which would explain not only why I just rested, not really rest, but laid down on my bed in this house and fell asleep both, on the way to the beef house or Wellsville, New York, and on the way back home. Then for the beef. I wore a total of 3 shirts today. From the start of today to right before, pretty much when we arrived in Wellsville, I wore this gray shirt. This sort of dark gray polo. I changed into a turquoise polo shirt Mom bought for me the other day. In that time between roughly 10 in the morning and 12:30 in the morning, I kind of struggled and not to oversleep and miss today's special event. These are delicious. I really like them. I think I'll get 2 orders the next time we go to the Willow Inn. While I sang 3 karaoke songs from 9 to 11 at night. Mambo Number 5 by Lou Bega. Witch Doctor by Cartoons. Though the karaoke host said it's a one-hit wonder by Joe Seville, something like that. Witch Doctor. I should probably get to work on that. Thing is, I'm not sure. It looks like I have enough. And the last song was Purple Rain by Prince, which was a sort of off-the-cuff decision I made that Mom and a lot of other people who were at the Willow and really appreciated, because when she found out I had picked it, that's when she told me that the sorcerer really kind of spooked me a bit right there. One of her favorite songs. Purple Rain by Prince. I was told that I picked by one of Mom's friends from the Will that I'm picking songs that are good for my voice. Which I'm glad to hear. Well, the weather wasn't terribly hot today when we first arrived at the Willow. At Wellsville. We made a stop at New Vogue, which is a business owned by one of our family members, or one of my family members on mom's side of the family. As this was something we were doing in Wellsville, this family occasion entirely involved mom's side of the family. After spending roughly half an hour at New Vogue, that's when me and Mom arrived first at, Beef House. I was happy to see my grandpa Jim again. Since he has dementia and recently had a pretty bad fall that resulted in being hospitalized, while he was living at a nursing home. At the end of our dining experience, right before I got German potato salad with the surf and turf, which is a premium side. Before I got the main entree, since it came with it, I picked a soup and French onion soup, since I like that. It was pretty decent for how French soup goes, typically. That doesn't work. I'm going to have to use an instant, and these instants are really only for emergency use, because they increase in value the later you are in game. Excuse me. For the time being, this can be resolved with a single swamp trail. I'm probably going to have to move this out of the way. Somehow, at some point. Excuse me. I went into Walgreens. We made a quick stop within minutes of starting the drive to the initial drive to Wellsville. Went into Walgreens, was given a $20 bill by my mom. This was roughly $12. Didn't buy anything else. I'll microwave these for 1 minute. I got a dessert of the high peanut butter pie, but I'm thinking I might have that later. Maybe as some kind of midnight snack or something. Or a late night, early morning snack. I brought a pillow and this styrofoam, my phone and my headphones with me for this road trip we went on, but reclined the front passenger seat back specifically so I could nap both on the way to Wellsville and back from Wellsville. We got back from Wellsville around 8:05 p.m. Though the computer said it was going to initially happen at 8:20 p.m. Oh, the Wizard Spell Shop. This has a chance of giving me knowledge points. I don't want to waste them. I can immediately research this technology if I get some supplies, use some instants. In terms of kingdom strongholds, that's essentially I did right before we left for that initial Wellsville road trip, which was about 2 hours. I'm in the process of closing my castle after that last enemy assault from the last wave, which I discovered upon booting this laptop back up upon getting home. At the Willow Inn, I had a the first beverage was Captain Morgan mixed in with ginger, a come and screw shot. In my attempt at circumventing the bar's lack of milk in order to, with rum chata, which is used in a come and screw shot, in order to make a White Russian drink, which was sparked when I noticed a Caligula bottle and inquired about it. Excuse me, which as it turns out is a rum and coffee liquor. Alcoholic beverage. And then right before we left for the night, I had the second come and screw shot. And I'm feeling perfectly fine at this point.